Good morning, everybody. Today is the first lesson of financial models, so I would like to introduce you about the course map of the whole unit that we need to cover during the course. So as you might see on the slide, so we're gonna cover for 9 chapters, and if you check it out onto the slide that I gave you the very detail of the unit name on each chapter. So as you see, the chapter 1 is going to be Introduction of Financial Model, which is mean that we're going to try to focus onto the first chapter for today. And the second chapter is going to be Sensitivity Analysis, the Trend Line and Regression Analysis. And the chapter 3, we come into the Optimized Linear. And chapter 4, Scenario Analysis and the Goal Seek. And chapter 5, we discuss some of the very basic financial calculation model based on the NBV, IRR. And chapter 6, we discuss about the cost of capital model. And chapter 7, we cover the financial statement model. Chapter 8, we come into the valuations for stock price and the bond price. And the chapter 9 is going to be break-even analysis. So today, we come into that's the first unit of this module, Introductions of Financial Model. So before we discuss about that's a financial model, so I will give you the very brief definitions of the financial model. First, a financial model is designed to represent in mathematical terms the relationship among the variables of financial problem so that it can be used to answer the what-if questions or make projections. There are a lot of new terms to you, so it's kind of a little bit hard for you to comprehend completely the definitions of financial model. So to understand further and deeper for the definitions, so I will show you the various symbol example, and I want you to watch out here. So here, there's just a table that I want to present for you. So all the number here are the hypothetical data. So, for example, before the Tet holiday, you intend that you consider 2 countries to travel. First, China. The second one was Turkey. And there were some criteria for you to make such a good decisions. So I will give you just the 4 criteria to help you to make the good decisions. The first of all is going to be the beautiful size. The second going to be the budget. The third one going to be the safety, and the number 4 going to be the length of the time. So beautiful size. So as you consider the beautiful size compared to the other variables, so we think the beautiful size seems to be contributed a higher percentage to make decisions to travel to China. So that's why I put 30% for the beautiful size for both countries, which is mean that the beautiful size gonna comprise about 30% of your making decision to come to the place that you want to travel. And the second criteria is going to be the budget. The budget is important criteria for you to make decision when you want to travel someplace, right? So as you see, the budget's gonna attribute about 25%. The next one gonna be the safety. So you need to feel safe. You need to be safe in the place that you want to travel. So that's why the safety also consists of 25%. And the last but not least, the length of the time, which just means that the length of the flight, the length of your stay there. So that's why you have to consider about that element. So you can see that here I just put 20% for the length of stay. So now, if we check it out, so I'm gonna try to give you the proportion for each criteria, but now we need to rank and to mark each criteria based on the country. So for example, if we compare the Turkey and China, we can see that the beautiful size, it seems like China, they're more beautiful size compared to Turkey. So that's why I gave the mark for China is 9. Okay, so I have the equation right now, just to calculate, that is 9. Beautiful site is a mark for China. I calculate for China. So the China 9 times with the 30% of size saying. And if we look at to the budget, the budget of China seems to be a little bit less compared to Turkey. Okay, a little bit less, but maybe we can say it's going to be the same, 7 times with 25%. Okay, for China. This is the budget. And we check into the safety. Before the coronavirus, the China seemed to be safer place to travel than the Turkey. It's a lot of the bomb and the terrorists. So that's why we consider that the safety in China seems to be better than Turkey. So that's why I mark the China 8. So we time with 25% for safety. And the last but not least is length of time, because of course the China close to Vietnam. So that's why the length of the flight gonna be shorter. So that's why we mark for the China gonna be higher than Turkey. So we get China 6. We time with 20% of the length of stay. So after I put all of the variables data time with the proportion, and I have the whole equation here, and that's why I can have the result of the 7.65. Okay, so now I continue. I try to do it for Turkey. For the Turkey, as we compare for the beautiful size, there are not many beautiful size compared to China, so that's why I get the Turkey gonna be A. We time with 30% of the proportions of the beautiful size in terms of the others among variables, and we time with that's 7 for the budget of the Turkey. Could be a little bit equal. The same with the China, so we time with 25% here. All right, and continue with the safety. So Turkey, so there's a safety mark for the Turkey, just fine compared to China. All right, before the virus, okay, before the coronavirus. So we time with 25%. And with bloods, with the length of time, it seems like Turkey further compared to the China, to Vietnam. So that's why we get that's 5 length of time, because we take more time on the flight to Turkey than in China. So we time 20%. So we get this one gonna be 6.8, I suppose. So if we check the result, and you can see that this result gives you the suggestion that okay, China seems to have the highest point compared to the Turkey. So you made decision to travel to China. All right. So here we go. We're gonna go to China. Yay, right? But unfortunately, at the end of the December, there was one case happens of the virus, coronavirus, in Wuhan city, and that became the very chaotic, and it became just a serious problem right now, as you might see. So that's why the safety of China at the beginning, before the coronavirus, seemed to be 8, but now because of the coronavirus, and we could not know what might happen in the future. So that's why the safety of China before the virus outbreak was 8, but now it's gonna be 3. Sorry, it's gonna be 3. Okay, it's gonna be very dangerous if you want to travel to China right now, right? So that's why the safety level come down. So it's made whole equations change. It's made all the result and to change your decision too. So at the beginning, you calculate for the China 7.65, but now after the safety level adjusted based on the real situations, that we can see that the result gonna be 6, 4. All right. So the new result gonna be changed because of the safety level change. So if we compare to the Turkey right now, of course, our decision change and deviate based on the real situation right now. So as you just said, expresses, and you can see that's the way I demonstrate the whole data here in the variables. So you can see that all number might change in the future, and that's what we don't know. So thanks to the financial model, we use such a mathematical relationship between all of the variables here. We try to make it make sense in logical way, and then we find out that the result. Of course, everything gonna change in the future, and we don't know about that. But if anything change, we easily find out the new answer. So that's the way that we build up the financial model. Just we try to build up the spreadsheet to understand, to connect all the variables together in terms of the logical way. And that's why they can help you to make good decisions. All right? So this is an example that I just want to show it to you. But now it's your turn. I want you at home to try to connect all the variables, data into that making sense relationship. And I want you to practice with this data, okay? So if you check it out here, so I'm gonna show you, so this is an example that you need to do at home as a homework, all right? So as you check here, this is the taxable income and the tax rate, okay? So any relationship between the two columns here, tax range of the taxable income and the tax rate, any relationship? Do you see any relationship between two columns? Okay, I'm gonna try to represent it into the way that makes sense to you. And with that, with the support of the basic informations, so that's why it's helped you to do the homework at home, okay? So, as you might know, that's about the personal income tax. And every country gonna have a different personal income tax bracket. And here is just a hypothetical data that in any country, all right? So I give you the data here for the range of the taxable income from 0 to 8,025. The tax rate is gonna be 10%, all right? And the second tax bracket is gonna be 8,025, 32,550. It's gonna be 15%, sorry. Okay, so now I just ask you the very simple and single questions. That's if I earned $5,000, how much I'm gonna pay in tax? If I earn $5,000, how much I'm gonna pay for tax? So if you look at the number $5,000, so it's belong into the first bracket here. It's belong to the first bracket, 8,000, 0 to 8,025, right? So and if you check into the first bracket, the tax rate gonna be just for 10%. So that's why I take the 5,000 times with 10%. So it's gonna be $500. Okay, so this is gonna be the tax I need to pay for the government. Okay, so the next questions I want to ask you: if I earn $10,000, how much I need to pay to the government for the personal income tax? So if we check it, we see, oh, $10,000. We think that it's going to be look like exactly the same like $5,000. So we say, oh, $10,000 is belonging to the second bracket here, right? You see the second bracket here? So that's going to be the 15% tax rate. So you think that, oh, $10,000 times with 15%, so I'm going to pay $1,500. Okay, $1,500. Okay, I'm going to pay $1,500 to the government. But this is a wrong answer. That is not the money that you need to pay for the government. Okay, so I'm going to show you which one is going to be the right one. So $10,000, because based on the rules of the calculated tax, so you need to fulfill your duty of the first bracket first. Okay, so you pay one by one bracket. Okay, one bracket to another bracket. You don't pay into that, the range is belong to your income. Okay, so now we check it out. We need to pay we need to fulfill the first bracket. We need to pay for the first bracket we have to pay for the first bracket, which just means that we pay $8,000 because $10,000 more than $8,025. So that's why we have to pay maximum of the first bracket is $8,025 times with 10%. Okay, all right, and then we pay for the difference between $10,000 with $8,025. The difference, $10,000 minus $8,025. And with this one, with the difference here, we time with 15%. Okay? So that's going to be the tax we need to pay in total. So of course, the number here, if you calculate, it's going to be, what do you think? Less or more than $1,500? It's going to be less, $1,500. Okay? Because you need to fulfill the first duty to pay the tax for the full, for the maximum income that you earn for the first bracket. And you're going to pay the difference in the second bracket. Okay? So that's the way that you calculate the personal income tax. So I want you go home and try to think about that's all the number in the data here. All the relationship gonna be connected. All the relationship gonna be diverged with each other. So that's why you can build up the mathematical equations. All right. And I want you to give me the answer that if I ask you, for example, how much money that you're gonna earn, even $50,000. And you put that into just a one cell of the Excel file, and you have to give me the result here, or I can say that's the output here, the output. So the output cell gonna be here, and the output cell gonna give you the immediate answer whenever, whatever number I'm gonna say. Okay? So that's gonna be a little bit challenging homework for you, but I heard that you try to solve it with all of your dedications. So thank you for listening to the lesson, and I hope that you enjoy it, and hope to see you guys soon in the next chapter. Thank you.